Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth Managers. How you doing today? Hope you're having a great day out there. Today, I'm talking to those of you that are inheriting IRAs from someone who is not your spouse. It's actually kind of tricky if you're getting it from a spouse or a non-spouse. Today, we're focused on, let's say, mother, father, brother, sister, somebody passed away. They left you an IRA, or you're one of the beneficiaries to that IRA or Roth. So we're going to go through a few things for me here. And then stick around at the end. I just want to make this super clear what you got to do. If you mess this up, the one little tip, if you mess it up, it's going to cost you all the taxes in the world. We don't want that, of course. So let's get started here and quit beating around the bush. Okay, we're going to start by saying you inherited an IRA from a non-spouse, and let's say that they were under the age of 70 and a half. That's key here. I'll cover the ones if they were over, of course. But you got three choices here, basically. So let's zoom in. You've got, if you inherit this IRA, you can choose the life expectancy method. You will choose this when you open the account, 5-year rule, or you can take the dough. It's called a lump sum distribution here. All right, so here's what happens. If you choose the life expectancy method, as of now, this could change with the new Secure Act that's potentially being passed here or moving on through Congress. So we might have to update this, but for now, if you inherit an IRA, you choose the life expectancy method. This is the most common, by the way. What happens is you have to start taking required minimum distributions, also known as RMDs. However, you get to do it based on your life expectancy. So they have to start by December 31st in the year that that person passed away. So for example, if you just inherited it, it's like December 17th right now. You've got to start taking required minimum distributions between now and the rest of your life, right? It's based on your birth year. And so what happens there is you start taking out at least the minimum. There's a minimum amount you have to take. It's automatically calculated, not that big of a deal. But you are required to start taking those distributions from that. Now, most people choose this because they have the choice to take the small amount, or of course you could take any amount that you want from the inherited IRA, but you have the choice to take a smaller amount. Remember that withdrawal, whatever you take out counts as income. So if you're in a high tax bracket or something and you want to kind of wait until you're in a lower tax bracket, well, that gives you the greatest amount of flexibility. So that is known as the life expectancy method. The second choice that you have to designate this when you open the account, is the 5-year rule. This basically just says that somewhere between December 31st in the year that that person passed away and December 31st in the year, 5 years later, 5 years later, you will have withdrawn the entire amount out. You could do it in any increment that you like. You can take some in 1 year, skip a year, then go, or do a required minimum distribution in 1 year, do 5,000 in another year. Doesn't matter as long as you empty that sucker out by December 31st in the 5th year of owning that IRA. You can see how this constricts you a little bit. You have to make some decisions over that 5-year period, but it's certainly a choice that you can take. And the third choice is you can just take all the dough out, right? In all of these cases, when you take the money out, regardless of your age when you inherit it, you will not pay a penalty. So unlike the normal IRA that you may have if you're under 59 and a half, well, you might have to pay a 10% penalty if you take money out early. You don't have this with an inherited IRA, but if it's a traditional IRA that you inherited, you will pay taxes on any money that you pull out as you pull them out. But no penalty is what I wanted to say there. Okay. If you happen to inherit an IRA from someone who is over 70 and a half when they passed away, the only kicker here, everything else is the same, right? So all of this stays the same. You could choose life expectancy, 5-year, or take the dough. The only exception is if you choose this or this, these two, you have to know if the person took their RMD before they passed away. So let's say they were 73 years old. And in the year that they were 73 years old, they did not take their required minimum distribution. They passed away before they got a chance to do that. Well, you are now obligated to do that as well. You can call the brokerage firm, whoever you're working with there. They can help you out with that, but make sure you do that. And then, of course, you follow the rules for the rest of them there. That's really the only difference. If it's a Roth IRA that you inherit from somebody, then you still have these three choices here. Life expectancy, 5-year rule, and you could just take all the dough. You wouldn't pay any penalties, right? You wouldn't pay any taxes. The key is you still have the RMDs. So life expectancy, you still have to withdraw from it, right? As if it's a traditional IRA. Only difference is you wouldn't pay any taxes because it's all post-tax money. If it's the 5-year rule, you've got 5 years to withdraw that sucker. No penalty, no taxes, but you will have to withdraw it. And then, of course, lump sum, you just took all the money out. It's what it is. That's what you chose, and whatever you're investing in, that was the decision you made there. So you've got those three choices. Now, before you go, this is the biggest, most important thing. I see this happen all the time, and unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it. If you inherit an IRA, here's what I want you to do. So let's say you inherited the IRA. The person has the IRA at some company, right? And you over here are a great investor. You've got a Roth IRA and you've got an IRA, maybe from rollovers or something, but this is you and you're over at this company. Under no circumstance do you say, well, hey, these two accounts are the same. I inherited this one, so I'll just plop it right in the IRA over here into my IRA. They will let you do this, but under no circumstance do you do this. If you do that, then whatever dough is in this that goes in there, you owe taxes on everything right away. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't change it. You can't write a letter to the IRS. You can't hire the most impressive CPA on the planet. They will not be able to undo that, right? So it's very important that what you do is you first open an inherited IRA. It's very simple. You open an IRA and then you send in a death certificate. The IRA gets marked as an inherited IRA. It is kept separate, right? So what happens here is it's kept completely separate. You would now have an inherited IRA, right? In addition to your IRA, you would have 3 accounts. Then whatever portion you are entitled to goes here. It does not go into your IRA. It goes into a completely separate IRA so it can be tracked separately. That is the most important lesson of this video today, so be sure to do that. Okay, like I said, this could change now with the new Secure Act, and they're probably going to get rid of the stretch IRA, which is choice number 1, the life expectancy method, or they're going to stretch it only to 10 years where you can't do life expectancy, yada, yada. We'll cover it if it happens, but I need you to know that. You open an inherited IRA, and then depending on what you choose, you'll be presented with those options, life expectancy, 5-year, or lump sum, whatever you choose. You then follow those rules, and hey, I hope that helps you there, so I appreciate you watching. Be sure to come back later to our YouTube channel, live every day, 5 o'clock. We do a closing beat. It is just a stock market update. We'll go over all the good stuff there. Hope to see you there. I appreciate you watching. If I helped you in some way, hopefully avoid paying a lot of taxes, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button. I do appreciate it, and have a great day.
Why should you choose Jazz Wealth as your retirement or long-term investing service? Our portfolios are managed by us, not some faceless mutual fund manager. Our private classes will teach you everything about investing and getting your dough straight. Best of all, our fiduciary standard means your best interest comes before ours.